You've been told for years that booster boxes are the #1 investment. I've uncovered some information that will really surprise you. This is going to be interesting. If you invested, here's a question. If you invested $1,000 at recommended retail price, which product would have made you more money? A regular Elite Trainer box or a booster box? And that's spread across any era. I'm talking Sun and Moon, so you chose a mixture of booster boxes and a mixture of Elite Trainer boxes. Across Sword and Shield, same thing, a mixture of Elite Trainer boxes and a mixture of booster boxes. And Scarlet and Violet, which is only recently just finished, same thing, a mixture of Elite Trainer boxes and a mixture of booster boxes. Let me re-ask the question. If you invested $1,000 at recommended retail price, which product, the Elite Trainer box or the booster box, would have made you more money? The results are actually really surprising. So bear with me with the results. Let's talk some theory for a second, because there are some positives and negatives to both. Look, there's not a great deal of negatives when it comes to a booster box. They're easy to store, they're highly liquid, they're very sought after, they're collectible. They fit nearly every need to resell from a buying base. Because keep in mind, any investment, you don't make money off a sealed investment until you sell it. And to sell it, you need to find buyers. And buyers come from people that want to open packs. Buyers come from people that want to rip and ship and make money off streaming it. Buyers come from people that want to just have it on display. And buyers come from people that want to invest in it in the essence that they think it'll go up in price. And then they can sell it as an investment later on. That's your buying type. Booster boxes make all that easy. But do they actually have the best gains? Now, when it comes to Elite Trainer boxes, they're also somewhat storable. They're very collectible. They display extremely well. So lots and lots of strengths to Elite Trainer boxes. The downsides, I guess, you don't get as many packs, of course, per box, but you do get some other things inside there. And they're a little bit harder to store. Like, they do take up more space. And arguably, they're a little bit more fragile, aren't they? Like, the tears in the plastics can happen extremely easily in Elite Trainer box. And there's nothing worse than when you've spent some money going back a couple of eras to get a collectible Elite Trainer box and it arrives to you with a little tear in the plastic. That's pretty frustrating, isn't it? So, okay, we get it. There's strengths and weaknesses to both. Not many weaknesses to booster boxes, a couple of weaknesses to Elite Trainer boxes. But from a dollar point of view, which one is actually performing better? Let's look at it. So we'll jump into Scarlet and Violet. This is the era that has just finished. We're of course in Mega Evolution block now. Scarlet and Violet, really interesting. This is where prices went up. So your recommended retail price for both an Elite Trainer box and a booster box took a jump in price. Elite Trainer boxes went up to $49.99 and booster boxes went up to $161.64, up from what, $39.99 and $140 odd for a booster box during Sword and Shield and previous eras. Here's where it's interesting though. I'm going to bring the numbers up on the screen. Starting off with some of the earlier sets here, base set. These are percentage gains if you bought at recommended retail price. So if you bought a booster box at $161 and if you bought an Elite Trainer box at $49.99. Now, of course, there's some nuances in here. We understand, depending on the set, depending on the scenario, depending on the climate, depending how many people are in the hobby and excited about it, this can change. You can't always get a product at recommended retail price. Or in some cases, you might be able to buy a product cheaper than that. There might be a flash sale where you could have bought Scarlet and Violet booster boxes for $110. But let's just work off recommended retail price to keep things square and equitable. So the booster box, if you'd bought at recommended retail price, you would have made 92% gains. This is across Scarlet and Violet base. If you'd bought the Elite Trainer box, however, you'd be up 187%. So pretty much you would have doubled the profits you would have made on an Elite Trainer box versus a booster box. And you might go, oh, well, that's just a one-off, isn't it? Well, no, it's not. Let's fast forward to Paldea Evolved. 208% on the booster box, awesome gains. 373% on the Elite Trainer box. Obsidian Flames, this is the biggest one. 138% on the booster box, over 500% on the Elite Trainer box. Why? Because of that because of that Charmander promo. It's crazy how well the promos from Scarlet and Violet era Elite Trainer boxes go. It's also crazy how well the Elite Trainer boxes full stop go from Scarlet and Violet era. They have performed extremely, extremely, extremely well. I think they figured it out. They figured the collectability, the artwork of them out. Some of the Sword and Shield ones were a bit meh. Like, you had some nice ones, of course. You had, like, Fusion Strike was a beautiful looking Elite Trainer box. But then you had some others where you're just like, yeah, it's like Darkness Ablaze. It's a Charizard set. Why not put Charizard in the Elite Trainer box? Instead, we've got Eternatus, and it's just an average looking Elite Trainer box. Even Silver Tempest, like Alolan Vulpix. You had every chance to put Lugia or maybe Rayquaza on the Elite Trainer box, but just didn't. Anyway, you get my point. I think they've figured it out a bit better during Scarlet and Violet era. Moving forward to Paradox Rift, 81% on the booster box and 192% on the Elite Trainer box from recommended retail. Temporal Forces, 95% on the booster box and 158% on the Elite Trainer box. Insane, insane growth now. There's a couple in Scarlet and Violet era where actually the booster box outperforms the Elite Trainer box, and this is one of them. Twilight Masquerade, 124% growth for the booster box and 118% growth for the Elite Trainer box. And when I talked about that statement before, in regards to how nice an Elite Trainer box looks, you can't underestimate how important that is. And this is why, in my opinion, the Twilight Masquerade Elite Trainer box hasn't performed as well. Because the promo's not great, and the box itself, the artwork, is not good. Like, you don't look at it and go, whoa, that's a good looking collectible piece. And that's really important. Sealed products do become a collectible in their own right, so how good they look is really, really important. Stellar Crown, 112% on the booster box, 216% on the Elite Trainer box. Surging Sparks, 86% on the booster box, 144% on the Elite Trainer box. Journey Together, 84% on the booster box, 156% on the Elite Trainer box. Destined Rivals, this is the other one, final booster box set from Scarlet and Violet era, up 234% on the booster box, although that has come back. Destined Rivals has taken a little dive with a reprint there. It's probably come back to more like 210, 220% gains. Regardless, it still outperforms the Elite Trainer box at 190%. So, what that goes to show quite clearly is there are 10 booster box sets from Scarlet and Violet era, and 8 of them the Elite Trainer box, just regular one. This isn't a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, just the regular Elite Trainer box is outperforming the booster box. It's really, really interesting, isn't it? I'm going to show you some more data in just a sec. Before we do though, I wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. This is the one-stop shop for all your collecting and investing needs. You can put all your sealed, all your singles, English, Japanese, etc. into the app. It'll show you total collection value. It'll show you so much market data. Like, you could look at set analytics for any set, English and Japanese, see total set value, see all the hits inside a set, rank them from most expensive to least expensive. You can look at what's going to be a fair trade. If you're a pro user, it does unlock a fair bit more data. You can click max data and go a fair way back in time and see how sealed and singles have been performing over time, see what spikes have gone up. It's the perfect app. It's the perfect app for your investing and collecting needs. So again, there'll be a link in the description to download that one. Now, I can hear a few naysayers, and I'm almost one of them as well, because I think for the percentage gain, so to answer that question, if you'd invested $1,000 at recommended retail price across a mixture of Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer boxes and a mixture of Scarlet and Violet booster boxes, you actually would have outperformed the booster boxes by investing your $1,000 into Elite Trainer boxes. Now, does that outweigh the storage, the tougher shipping, the fact that they're a little bit more fragile and could rip, and you could get, some buyers come back to you on a selling platform and say, hey, look, that box you shipped now actually had a slight tear in it. Look, regardless, we're not talking about those things. What we're talking about fundamentally is that Elite Trainer boxes have outperformed booster boxes in that essence. And you might go, well, that's just one era. Like, okay, Scarlet and Violet got it right with Elite Trainer boxes finally. They're beautiful artwork. They have good promos inside them. That's why. Okay, well, let's go back to Sun and Moon. Let's go back to Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield had 12 booster boxes, so 2 more than Scarlet and Violet era. Out of those 12 booster box sets, 8 of them, two-thirds, the Elite Trainer box still outperformed the booster box. And in some of them, I won't show the data up on the screen here, some of them were insane. Like Rebel Clash, Rebel Clash Elite trainer boxes are not cheap. If you'd bought Rebel Clash Elite trainer boxes, and what a left field investment. Like, this just goes to show how sometimes, even though we think we know, we just don't. Because you would look at that and you'd go, oh, when Rebel Clash got released, geez, what a weak set. Like, far out. We've come from all these beautiful tag team sets from latter Sun and Moon era, Hidden Fates, Cosmic Eclipse, etc. And then we roll into Sword and Shield base, and it's like, okay, base sets are typically, not great, but come on, hit us with a good set with our second set for Sword and Shield era, a new block. And it's like, no, we give you one of the worst sets ever made. And then it's like, as an investor, you would not think to invest, okay, you might buy a booster box. You would not think to invest in booster boxes, let alone think to invest in elite trainer boxes. But that just goes to show, like, those elite trainer boxes, they're up so much percent. They're up like 600%. That is insane gains. In fact, out of all sealed products from Sword and Shield era, it's not far off being one of the best performing, excluding Evolving Skies. That's what, like I said, sometimes when you think you know it all, you just don't. It's a bit like me playing golf. Sometimes I think I've figured it out and then I turn up the next time and just, can't putt like today, can't hit an iron. You think you've figured it out and you just haven't. And that's where, reflecting and learning is so important in this space. So with that, I said 8 out of 12 have performed. Now, there are some outliers, of course. Evolving Skies, the booster box, has vastly outperformed the Elite Trainer box. The Elite Trainer box got multiple reprint drops, and look, that can squash products. They're the parts we don't know. You don't know when a set first comes out how much the booster box is going to be printed, how much the Elite Trainer box is going to be printed, and then therefore on from that, how many reprints will come out. Because if the Elite Trainer box gets multiple reprints, it can squash the price of it for quite some time. And you go, okay, well, yep, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, okay, yep, the regular Elite Trainer box has outperformed the booster box. Well, let's go back to Sun and Moon. 12 booster boxes from Sun and Moon era, 11 out of 12. 11 out of 12, the Elite Trainer box has outperformed the booster box, including Team Up. Yep. Team Up Elite Trainer box, if you'd bought one of those at recommended retail price and a booster box at recommended retail price, the Elite Trainer box would have outperformed Team Up's booster box. There's only one set from Sun and Moon era where the Elite Trainer box hasn't outperformed the booster box, and that's Burning Shadows. Burning Shadows got a decent sized Elite Trainer box reprint. And here's the other kicker once again, and just trust me on how important this is. Look at the artwork on Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes. I've got a couple behind me, you might be able to see them. There's Celestial Storm over there, Rayquaza on it, beautiful artwork. Even Lost Thunder with Zorora on it. Like, great artworks, colorful, bright, good mascot Pokemon on them. Then you get to Burning Shadows. I've got one somewhere. You wouldn't be able to see it. It's down there. You get to Burning Shadows and you're just like, who is it? Ultra Necrozma? I don't even know. I don't know all the Pokemon. There's times where I left the hobby for a little bit, didn't play the games for certain generations, but all I know is that's not a good looking Elite Trainer box. And as a result, what do you know? The booster box outperforms it. Don't underestimate how important it is from an investing standpoint to have a good looking sealed product. And let's finish off this video with, okay, that's all well and good, Michael. You're saying that for the most part, Elite Trainer boxes outperform booster boxes, but you're also saying there's some issues with Elite Trainer boxes, like, maybe selling them, maybe taking up more space, etc. Cool. We get that. And okay, maybe it's just easier to invest in booster boxes. That's pretty much the crux of what I'm saying. What about some examples though? Give me some examples of where you think you would park your money. And here's my answer. My answer is it a good looking Elite Trainer box? Does it have a nice promo inside it? And on top of that, does it have a good mascot Pokemon on the artwork? Elite Trainer boxes are going to go down as very collectible pieces. We know that because we go back to XY era, we go back to Sun and Moon era. We go back to the first one in Plasma Storm with Lugia on it. Extremely collectible. So in my eyes, if I had a few examples, if I went back to Sword and Shield, I think Fusion Strike is a great pickup. I think for the fact that the Evolving Skies booster box has far outperformed the Elite Trainer box, that goes to show there's more growth in the Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. And that's the other thing. If you can't afford a booster box, these are a great entry point price into sealed investing. There is more opportunity for percentage growth. Now, I'm not saying that's the best thing, because sometimes from a liquid standpoint, having a booster box that you bought for $300 that's gone to $1,000, turning that into $1,000 cash is easier than having a $50 Elite Trainer box that you've turned into $200, having to sell 5 of them to get the same $1,000. Okay, there's liquidity differences between Elite Trainer boxes and booster boxes as well. But there's just 2 examples from Sword and Shield. I think Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike Elite Trainer boxes are great pickups. I also think Lost Origin with Giratina on there is a great pickup. Now, when it comes to Scarlet and Violet era, we've got the addition of the nice promos inside there. I think Paldea Evolved is an awesome looking Elite Trainer box. Yes, it's seen heaps of growth, but I think there'll be more. Obsidian Flames with Charmander on there, it'll go down as a very collectible piece, especially with that promo inside there. There's countless examples I could give you, but keep those things in mind. Will it be collectible? Does it have a good mascot on there? Does it have a nice promo now they've added promos inside there? Those things are all really important. Well, there you go. That really surprised me that, in fact, Elite Trainer boxes, for the most part, have been outperforming booster boxes when it comes to sealed investing. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Your viewership means a lot. I really appreciate everyone that tunes in, and I'll catch you all next time.